ciao friends, subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for the latest update. Today we're going to start with your quantitative aptitude class, and this is your class 40th, and that is we had done your 39 classes where we had discussed your in the arithmetical ability. We had done your operations on numbers, then we have done SCF and LCM of numbers, and that is we had done decimal fractions and simplification. Then we had done your the square roots and cube roots, and then we had this is your sixth topic. This is your averages that we are doing with. In the averages we had done 81th question of the session. Now today in this class we'll start discussing about 82th question of the session as well. First of all, before starting with this, it's a huge request from my side to all the viewers to please go through with the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe to our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. We'll go ahead with the question of the sessions, that is the average of 5 consecutive number. The average of 5 consecutive number is n, and if the next two numbers are that is also included, that the average will be, you have to find out. And for the same sake, the options we have here is that it remains the same: increase by 1, increase by 1.4 and increase by 2, that we have to talk about it. So yes, for the same case we'll go ahead here. So that is the average of 5 consecutive number. The average of 5 consecutive numbers is n if the next two numbers are also included. The average will be, that we have to talk about it, and that is the options we have remain the same: increase by 1, increase by 1.4 and increase by 2, that we have to talk about it. And that for the same sake we have to find out the answer as well, and that is also important here. So in the same case the answer will get that the first, let the 5 consecutive numbers be x, x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3 and x plus 4. These were the consecutive numbers, so their averages equals to 5x plus 10 whole upon 5. We take as common here 5, so it will be 5, that is your x plus 2 upon 5. This 5 we can cancel it out, we'll get x plus 2, that. So average of 7 numbers equals to 5x plus 10 plus x plus 5 plus x plus 6 whole upon, that we have is your 7, which is equals to 7x plus 21 upon 7. We'll take 7 outside, we'll get 7x plus 3 upon 7. 7 we can cancel it out, we'll get x plus 3. So the average increased by 1. That will be the right answer for this question as well. Now we'll go ahead with further, which we'll have to talk about it. That is the another question, and that is the another question we have is your 83rd question of the sessions as well here. That is the another question we'll talk about it, and that we have is your 83rd question of the sessions here. So a cricketer has a certain average for 10 innings, and in the 11th inning he scored 100 in that is your the 8 runs, and thereby increasing his averages by 6 runs, and his new average is, options we have 48 runs, 52 runs, 55 runs and 60 runs. This has been asked in your AAO examination paper, so let's go ahead for that as well. A cricketer has a certain average of 10 innings in the 11th inning. He scored runs, thereby increasing his average by 6 runs. His new average, that is, this has been asked in your AAO examination paper. That is also an important paper respect towards competition, right? The option we have is 48 runs, 52 runs, 55 runs and 60 runs, that we have to talk about it, and that is also an important one here. On the same cases, let the average for 10 innings be x, then 10x plus 108x upon plus 6, 11x plus 66 equals to 10x plus 108, x equals to 42. New average equals to x plus 6, which is equals to 48 runs. That we have. Now we'll go ahead with another question which we have to talk about it, and the other question is that is a cricketer whose bowling average is 12.4 runs per wicket take 5 wickets for the 26 runs and thereby decreases his averages by 0.4. The number of wickets taken by him till the last match was. This has been asked in your SSC examination paper. That is also an important one, and the options we have 64, 72, 80 and 85 here. A cricketer whose bowling average is 12.4 runs per wicket takes 5 wickets for 26 runs and thereby decrease his average by 0.4. The number of wickets taken by him till the last match was. This has been asked in your this has been asked in your SSC examination paper, and that is also an important one. The options we have 64, 72, 80 and 85, that we have to talk about it, and which is also an important one here. Let the number of wickets taken, let the number of wickets taken till the last match be x, then 12.4x upon plus 26 upon 8 plus 6, 8 plus 5, that is equals to 12. 12.4x plus 26 equals to 12x plus 60, which is will give 0.4 x equals to 34, then x equals to 34 upon 0.4, which is further equals to 340 upon 4. Remove decimal and then we increase the zeros above. So 340 upon 4 will we have, and that is will cancel it out. What will be 85. That would be the right answer for this question as well. Now we will be going ahead with another question, and that is also an important one, and that is the 85th question of the session, and that is also an important one here. The question we have as follows, like a team of 8 persons joins in a shooting competition. The best marksman scored here, that is your 85 points, and if he had scored 92 points, the average score for the team would have been your 84. The number of points of the team scored was, that we have to talk about it, and even though that is so important as well from the same cases. So we will be going ahead, and the options we have 588, 645, 665 and 672 as well. So on the same behalf of it, we will go ahead for the solution for this as well. Let's go ahead. So here we go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, and even though, as I told you, there is very important question as well on the same cases. The question which we had done here, that is a cricketer has a certain averages of 10 inning, that we had find it out, and for the same sake we have we had as I told you, this has been the important question as well. And on the same cases, for the references towards these particular questions, as I told you, this has been asked in your SSC examination paper, and that is also an important one, and the respect towards it. Let's go ahead with another question, which is the 85th question of the sessions here. So the 85th question of the sessions we have here is that a team of 8 persons joins in a shooting competition. The best marksman scored 85 points, and if he had scored 92 points, the average score of the team would have been 84, and the number of the point the team scored was. The options for this we have is your 588, 645, 665 and 672. For the same case, we'll have to go ahead. First I will be writing it out a question here, and then we'll find out for the solution for this as well. Where a team of 8 persons joins in a shooting competition. The best marksman scored 85 points. If he had scored 92 points, the average score for the team, that is would have been 84. So the number of points the team scored was, this has been asked in your 588, 645, 665, 672, and for the same sake we have to find out for the solution for this as well. The options for this we have as follows. Let the score here that we have to find out, let the total score be x, where x plus 92 minus 85 upon 8 equals to 84, which is further equals to x plus 7 equals to 672, and x equals to 665. That will be having as an answer here. Now we will be going ahead with another question, which is the 86th question of the session, and that is also an important one here. Let's go ahead. So 86th question of the sessions, we have to talk about it, and the question for the same we have here, and which is also an important one. So 86th question, will we go ahead? That is the 86th question. We have to go ahead. The question is, a motorist travel to a place 150 km away at an average speed of 50 km per hour and returns at 30 km per hour. His average speed for the whole journey in km per hour is, this has been asking that the options we have 35, 37, 37.5 and 40. Let's go ahead here. There, a motorist travel to a place 150 km away at an average speed of 50 km per hour and returns at 30 km per hour. His average speed for the whole journey in kilometer per hour is, this has been the options we have 35, 37, 37.5 and 40, and for the same sake we have to find out as well. Let's go ahead. So here the average speed equals to 2xy upon x plus y kilometer per hour, which is equals to 2 into 50 into 30 upon 50 plus 30 kilometer per hour, which is also equals to 37.5 kilometer per hour here. That is the important question here. Now we'll go ahead with another one, which is the another question that we have to talk about it. That is the 87th question of the sessions as well. And on the same cases, the question we have, the average weight of three men ABC is 84 km. Another man D joins the group and the average nu becomes 80 km. If another man E, whose weight is 3 kg more than that of the D that replaces A, then the average weight of B, C, D and E that becomes 79 kg, that the weight of A we have to find out. This has been asking a bank PO question paper, and that is also an important paper respect towards competition wise. And for the same sake we have an option here, that is the 70 kg, 72 kg, 75 kg and 80 kg as well. And on the same behalf of it we'll have to find out as well. So let's go ahead with the question here, and which is also an important one. So the average weight of three men A, B and C is 84 kg. Another man D joins the group and the average now becomes 80 kg. If another man E, whose weight is 3 kg more than that of D, replaces A, then the average weight of B C, D and E becomes 79 kg. The weight of A is this, we have to find out. This has been asked in your bank PO question paper, that is also an important paper respect towards competition wise. The options for this we have is your 70 kg, 72 kg, 75 kg and 80 kg, and for that same case we have to find out for the answer as well, and we will be surely, hopefully, if it is not exceeded, yes of course, then we will complete it, this averages topic in this class only. So let A, B, C, D and E represent their respective weights, then A plus B plus C equals to 84 into 3 equals to 252 kg. A plus B plus C plus D equals to 80 into 4, which is equals to 320. D equals to 320 minus 252 kg, which is equals to 68 kg, and E equals to 68 plus 3 kg, which is equals to 71 kg. Okay, now B plus C plus D plus E equals to 79 into 4, then it is your 316 kg. Now A plus B plus C plus D plus that is D minus B plus C plus D plus E, so it will be 320 minus 316 kg, and we will be getting here as your, that is 4 kg. So A minus E equals to 4, so A equals to 4 minus 4 plus E, this is minus, it comes here, so that is on 4 plus E, so that will be 75 kg. So the answer we'll get for the A here is your, that is 75 kg here as an answer. So इस तरह से हमें find out करना पड़ेगा for making an equation, then finding it out the solution for this as well. Now we will go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, and this has been the important question because this has been asked in your bank PO question paper, so that is also an important paper in terms of competition wise if I'm going ahead. So yes, we'll talk about it and many more that we have to discuss here as well. So there, the another question is your 88th question of the session that we have to talk about it. The question we have: the average age of husband and his wife was 23 years at the time of their marriages, and after 5 years they have a 1-year-old child, and the average age of the family, now you have to find out for the family as well, so it includes parents as well as the children as well. So this has been the question which has been asked in your assistant grade question paper. The options for this is 19 years, 23 years, 28.5 years and 29.3 years as well. So we will go ahead further here. So that is the average age of a husband and his wife was 23 years at the time of their marriage. After 5 years they have a 1-year-old child that we have on the same cases, 1-year-old child, then the average age of the family now is, this has been asked in your assistant grade question paper as well, that is also an important paper respect towards competition wise. The options we have 19 years, 23 years, 28.5 years and 29.3 years as well. As I told you, and that has been asked in your assistant grade as well. So yes, for that we'll go ahead here further, and which is also important one. Let's go ahead, and that is the sum of the present age of the husband here. Sum of the present age of husband, wife and child is equals to, which is 23 into 2 plus 5 into 2 plus 1, that is equals to 57 years. So required average equals to 57 upon 3. So 3 ones are 3, 3 nines are 27. So that is your answer we'll get here is your 19 years. That will be the right answer for this question as well. Now we'll go ahead further, which we'll talk about it. That is another question, is your 89th question of the sessions here. Let's go ahead for that as well. So 89th question of the sessions we have, and that even though we have to talk about it, and which is another one here, that is 89th question. So the question we have here, 3 years ago the average age of A and B was 18 years. With O joining them, that the average age becomes 22 years. How old is C now? The options we have 24 years, 27 years, 28 years and 30 years, that we have to talk about it. And let's go ahead for the solution for this as well. That is 3 years ago the average age of A and B are 18 years. With O joining them, the average age becomes 22 years. How old C now? That we have to talk about it. The options, as I told you, is 24 years, 27 years, 28 years and 30 years, that we have to talk about it. And for the same case we'll have to find out. So present age of A plus B equals to 18 into 2 plus 3 into 2 years, which is equals to 42 years. So present age of A plus B plus C equals to 22 into 3 years, which is equals to 66 years. C's age equals to 66 minus 42 years, which is equals to 24 years. That we have to talk about it. Let's go ahead with another one which we have to talk about it, which is the another one as well, and that is the 90th question of the sessions as well. 90th question of the session that we have to talk about it. The question we have, the average age of husband, wife and their child 3 years ago and was 27 years, and that of wife and the child 5 years ago was 20 years. The present age of the husband we have to talk about it. This has been the question which has been asked in your hotel management question paper. The options for this we have 35 years, 40 years, 50 years is none of these. Let's go ahead, and that is your 90th question of the sessions as well. So the question for this, the average age of husband, the average age of husband, wife and their child 3 years ago was 27 years, and that of wife and the child 5 years ago was 20 years. Okay, so the present age of the husband is, this has been asked in your 35 years, 40 years, 50 years, and none of these. And this has been asked, as I told you, this has been asked in a hotel management question paper, so that is also an important paper respect towards competition wise here. So let's go ahead. Sum of the present age, sum of the present ages of husband, wife, and child is equals to 27 into 3 plus 3 into 3 years, which is equals to 90 years. Sum of present age of wife and child is equals to 20 into 2 plus 5 into 2 years, and that is equals to 50 years. Then another we have here with the same sake is for the husband's present age. Husband present age equals to 90 in minus 50 years, that is equals to 40 years, that we have as an answer. Now we'll go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, which is another question is your 91st question of the sessions, and that is also an important one here. The question for this we have here is, 3 years ago the average age of a family of 6 members was 17 years, and a baby having been born here, been born. So the average age of the family is the same today. So the present age of the baby is, this is being asked here, and that is also an important one. The question and the option, this has been the question which has been asked in SSC examination paper here. The options for this is 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, and 3 years as well. So we'll go ahead for the same, and that we have to find out as well. So let's go ahead. 3 years ago, the average age of family of 5 members was 17 years. Was 17 years here, and that is a baby having been born the average age of the family is the same today, that we have the present age of the baby is, the present age of the baby is, this is being asked here, and this has been asked in your SSC examination paper. That is also an important paper respect towards competition wise. The options we have 1 year, 1.5 years, 2 years, and 3 years as well, and that we have to find out as well. So on the same behalf of it, we'll go ahead. So total age of 5 members total members of 5 members is that 3 years ago, that is your 17 into 5 years, which is equals 17 5 is 85 years. Okay, now the another we talk about in terms of it, which is your total age of that is your 5 members now. which is your 85 plus 3 into 5 years, which is 35 to 15 plus 85, that is your 100 years. Another we talk about it, which is your in terms of it, and that is the total age of 6 members now. Total age of 6 members now equals to 17 into 6 years, and that is equals to 102 years. Then age of baby equals to 102 minus 100 here years, so that will be baby's age is your the 2 years. That will be the right answer for the same question here. Now we'll go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, and that has been asked, also has been asked in your SSC examination paper, and that is also an important one here. So we'll go ahead for that, and that is your 92th question of the sessions here. The question is, 10 years ago the average age of a family of 4 members was 24 years, and the 2 children have been born with the age of difference of 2 years. The present age of the family is the same. The present age of the youngest child is, you have to find out for the present age of the youngest child, and that is also an important one, of course, and that we have to find out as well. So let's go ahead for the same case, and with the same that we have to find out. This has been also asked in your SSC examination paper, as I told you. So 10 years ago the average age of family of four members was 25 years. Two children have been born with age difference of 2 years. The present average age of the family is the same. The present age of the youngest child is, this has been asked in your SSC examination paper. That is also an important paper, and the options we have here is 1 year, 2 years, 3 years and 5 years, so that we have to talk about it. And the same cases for the same we have to go ahead. Total age of 4 members that is your members equals to 10 years ago, 24 into 4 years, which is equals to 96 years. Total age of 4 members now is 96 into 10, 96 plus 10 into 4, that is equals to years here, which is equals to 136 years. Then total age of 6 members now equals to 24 into 5, 24 into 6 years, which is equals to 144 years. Then sum of the ages of two children equals to 144 minus 136 years, which is equals to 8 years. So that is, let the age of the younger child be x. Let the age of younger child be x years. Then age of the elder child is equals to x plus 2 years. So x plus 2 plus that is equals to 8. Okay, so on the same case, that is 2x, and ये 2 इधर आएगा minus हो जाएगा, so 2x equals to 6, and further it is x equals to 3. That will be having as an answer here. So age of younger child equals to 3 years as well. That will be the right answer for this question here. Now we'll go ahead with another question, and that what we have, as well as that we have to talk about it, which is another question as well. So this is being the question is your 93rd question of the session that we have to further continue it. Let's go ahead for that same. Next we go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, and that is the question we have. That is 93rd question of the session. We talk about it here. That is also an important one. The question is, after replacing an old member by a new member, it was found that the average age of the 5 members of a club is the same as it was 3 years ago. What is the difference between the ages of the replaced and the new members here? So the options we have is 2 years, 4 years, and 8 years, and 15 years as well, that we have to go ahead. Ninety-third question of the session, we talk about it, and that is also an important one. The same case is that the question we have, after replacing an old members by a new member, it was found that the average of 5 members of a club is the same as it was 3 years ago. What is the difference between the ages of the replaced and the new members? Here the options for this, we have 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, and 15 years. And let's go ahead for the finding it out, the solution for this as well. Let's go ahead. After replacing an old member by a new member, it was found that the average it was found that the average age of 5 members of a club is the same as it was 3 years ago. What is the difference between the age of the replaced and the new number? That we have to talk about it. The options is 2 years, 4 years, 8 years and 15 years as well, and that we have to find out for the solution for this as well. So we'll go ahead, and that the solution for age decreased equals to 5 into 3 years equals to 15 years. So the required difference equals to 15 years. That will be the right answer for this question as well. Now we'll go ahead further, which we'll talk about it, and that is the another question here, and that is the average age of 3 children in a family is 20% of average age of the father and eldest child. The total age of the mother and the youngest child is 39 years, and if the father age is 26 years, what is the age of the second child? That we have to talk about it. Let's go ahead for that. We'll go ahead with another question, and that is we have the 94th question of the session that we have to discuss. Even though on the same cases we will be going ahead. The average of 3 children in a family is 20% of the average age of the father and the eldest child. The total age of the mother and the youngest child is 39 years. If the father's age is 26 years, what is the age of second child? That we have to talk about it. So in the same cases, options as I told you, 15 years, 18 years, 20 years, and cannot be determined. That we have to talk about it, and for the same case we have to find out the solution for this as well. So we'll go ahead. Since the total or the average age of the family member is not given, so the age data is inadequate. Given data is inadequate, and so that the age of the second child cannot be determined here. So it will be data inadequate, cannot be determined. That we have. Okay, now we'll go ahead with another question, that is the 95th question of the sessions, and that is also an important one. For the question here that we have is the average age of a group of persons going for a picnic is 16 years. 20 new persons with the average of age of 15 years join the group on the spot, due to which their average age becomes 15.5 years. the number of person initially going for picnic that you have to find out, and the option for this is 5, 10, 20 and 30. Let's go ahead. The average age of a group of person. The average age of a group of person going for picnic is 16 years, 20 new persons with an average age of 15 years join the group. On this spot due to which their average age becomes 15.5 years. The number of persons initially going for picnic is this. We have to talk about it, and the options for this we have here is 5, 10, 20 and 30, and that we have to talk about it as well. Let's go ahead to find out, and that is the another we have. Let the initial number of person be x. Initial number of person be x, then 16x plus 20 into 15 equals to 15.5 x plus 20, which is further equals to 0.5x plus 0.5x equals to 10, and that is further equals to x equals to 20. That we have as an answer. Let's go ahead with another question, which is the another important question here, and that is the 96th question of the sessions as well. The question we have: a certain factory employed 600 men and 400 women, and the average wage was rupees 25.50 per day. If the women got rupees 5 less than a man, then what are their daily wages here? And this has been the important one, and even though we have to talk about it, let's go ahead. A certain factory employed 600 men and 400 women. And the average wage was rupees 25.50 per day. If a woman get rupees 5 less than a man, then what are their daily wages? So the options we have: man is rupees 25 and woman is rupees 20. B option is man rupees 27.50, woman rupees 22.50. Man is rupees 30 and woman will pay rupees 25. Man with 32.50, woman 37.50 as well. So this is a question here. Now we'll go ahead for the solution for this, that we have as follows, and even though which is also an important one here. Let the daily wages of a man be x. Let the daily wages of man be rupees x, then daily wages of woman equals to rupees x minus 5. Now 600x plus 400x minus 5 equals to 25.50 into 600 plus 400, which is equals to 1000. X equals to 287,500. X equals to 27.50. So man's daily wage equals to 27.50. Women's daily wages equals to x minus 5, which is equals to rupees 22.50 here, that we have as an answer. Now we'll go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, which is the 97th question of the sessions as well, and that is also an important one. So with the same cases, the arithmetic mean of the scores of a group of students in a test was 52. The brightest 20% of them scored a mean score of 80 and the dullest 25% a mean score of 31. So the mean score of the remaining 55% we have to talk about it. This has been the question which has been asked in your SSC examination paper, and that is also an important paper respect towards competition wise. The options we have 45, 50, 51.4 and 54.6 approx as well. So we'll go ahead. The arithmetic mean of the scores of a group of students in a test was 52. The brightest 20% of them scored a mean score of 80 and the dullest 25% a mean score of 31. The mean score of remaining 55% is, this is being asked in your SSC examination paper. That is also an important paper respect towards competition wise, and as I told you the options as well, 45, 50, 51.4 approx and 44.6 approx. So we'll find out for the solution for this as well, and that we have to talk about it. So for the same we have, let the required mean score be x, then 20 into 80 plus 25 into 31 plus 55 into x equals to 52 into 100. Then 1600 plus 775 plus 55x equals to 5200. That we have 55x equals to 2825. Further it is x equals to 565 upon 11, that is equals to 51.4. That will be the right answer for this question as well. We'll go ahead further, which we'll talk about it. That is the another one is the 98th question of the session, and surely we'll end up with this as well, and that is also an important one. Let's go ahead. 98th question of the session that we have to talk about it, and the question we have here is the average salary of all the workers in the workshop is rupees 8,000 and the average salary of 7 technician is rupees 12,000 and the average salary of the rest is rupees 6,000. So the total number of workers in the workshop is this. We have to talk about it, and this has been asked in your SSC examination paper, which is also an important one. The options we have 20, 21, 22 and 23 here. So here we go ahead and that we have to find out as well. The average salary of all the workers. The average salary of all the workers in a workshop is rupees 8,000. The average salary of 7 technician is rupees 12,000 and the average salary of the rest rupees 6,000. The total number of workers in the workshop is this has been asked in your SSC examination paper. That is also an important paper respect towards competition wise. The options is 20, 21, 22 and 23. We'll have to find out for that as well. So we'll go ahead and let the total number of workers be X. So then 8,000 X equals to 12,000 into 7 plus 6,000 X minus 7, which is further equals to 2,000 X equals to 42,000 and that is equals to X equals to 21. So that will be having as an answer here. Let's go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, and which is also the another important question here, which is the 99th question of the sessions as well. So the question we have is, in a school with 600 students, the average age of the boys is 12 years and that of the girls is 11 years. If the average age of the school is 11 years 9 months, then the number of girls in the school is, this is being asked here, and options we have 150, 250, 350 and 450. We will go ahead. In a school with 600 students, the average age of boys is 12 years and that of the girls is 11 years. If the average age of the school is 11 years, that is 11 years 9 months, then the number of girls in the school is, this has been asked, and the options we have are 50, 250, 350 and 450, and that we have to talk about it. We will be having as an answer, and for the same case we'll have to find out. Let the number of girls be X number of girls, B, X, then number of boys equals to 600 minus X, then 11 3 by 4 into 600 equals to 11x plus 12. 600 minus x, which is further x equals to 7200 minus 7050, x equals to 150. That will be the right answer for this question as well. Now we'll go ahead further, which we have to talk about it, and which is also important one here, and that is another question is that is the 900 question of the sessions as well. The question is, in an examination, pupil average marks for 63 per paper. If he had obtained 20 more marks for his geography paper and 2 more marks for history papers, his average per paper would have been 65. How many papers were there in the examination? So the options we have is your 8, 10, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and this has been asked in your SCMHRD examination paper. So in an examination, a pupil average marks were 63 per paper if he had obtained 20 more marks for his geography paper and 2 more marks for his history paper. His average per paper would have been 65. How many papers were there in the examination? This is being asked in your SCMHRD, and that is important here. The options we have 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12, and for the same sake we have to find out the solution for this as well, and that we have as follows here. So on the same cases, let the number of papers be x, then 63x plus 20 plus 2 equals to 65x, or 2x equals to 22, or x equals to 11. That we have as an answer here. Now we'll go ahead with another question that we have to talk about it, and which is another one is as well, which is your the 101th question of the session. The question is, the average age of students of a class is 15.8 years. The average age of boys in the class is 16.4 years, and that of the girls is 15.4 years as well. The ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls in the class, this we have to talk about it, and this is the last question of the sessions for the average as well. We'll complete that, and that has been asked in your SBI question paper as well. So in the same cases, that is also an important one here for that same sake as well. So the options we have is 1.2, 1:2, 2:3, 3:4 and 3:5. So we'll go ahead. The average age of students of a class is 15.8 years. the average age of boys in the class is 16.4 years and that of the girls is 15.4 years. The ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls in the class this has been asked in your SBI PO question paper as well. That is also an important one. So the sake we have answer for this as well. Let the ratio be K ratio 1. K ratio 1, then K into 16.4 plus 1 into 15.4 equals to multiplied and equals to K plus 1 into 15.8. Further it is 16.4 minus 15.8. K equals to 15.8 minus 15.4. K equals to 0.4 upon 0.6. Point हट जाएगा 2 to the 4, 2 3 the 6. It's going to be 2 upon 3. So required ratio. We had asked about the ratio, no? So the ratio equals to 2 upon 3. That is equals to 1 ratio 1. That is equals to 2.3 ratio 1. That is equals to 2 ratio 3. It will multiply here. So that is 2 ratio 3. That will be the right answer for this question as well. So here we had completed the averages as well, and this is the class of averages. Now we'll discuss many more classes that we discuss about it, but yes, of course, for the same case we'll have to do it, and that we have to talk about. Another question is the 102th question of the sessions as well, and that is in terms of averages only. And in the same cases we have options for these, and these we have the question for these as well. So we can extend that as now, but this will be extending the class here, so we'll not going to extend this. But it's a huge request from my side to all the viewers to please go through the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe our channel, so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and you can also enjoy the video as well. Other than quantitative aptitude, we are dealing with a verbal reasoning, where we had completed verbal reasoning, which is your general mental ability, and the logic reasoning as well. On the same cases, if I am going ahead, we had completed the reasoning, which is a chemistry for class 12, which is also important for the academic as for the competition as well, that we had even though started with. And after completing that, we had started with another question, which is in terms of that we had completed unit 1, unit 3, unit 4, unit 5 as well, and we had started with unit 6, and hopefully we'll soon completed that as well. After that, if I'm talking about, we are dealing with the quantitative aptitude. So we had completed your software engineering, and as well as we had completed your other than that we had completed your sociology. In terms of quantitative aptitude, there is a two section, there is arithmetical ability and the data interpretation. In arithmetical ability, we had completed your numbers, SCF and LCM of number, decimal fractions, simplifications, square roots and cube roots, averages. We had done today's class. This is the sixth topic we had ended up with. Let's surely start with the seventh topic, which is we have your problems on numbers, problems on ages, surds and indices, percentage, profit and loss, ratio and proportion, partnership, chain rule, time and work, pipe and cistern, time and distance, problem on trains, boards and streams, allegations or mixtures, simple interest, compound interest, logarithms, area, volume and surface area, races and games of skill, calendar, clocks, and that is your stocks and shares, commutation, combination, probability, true discount, banker discount, height and distance, and odd man out series as well. After that, in data interpretation, we have to cover up your tabulation, bar graphs, pie charts, as well as your line graphs as well. So here we'll end up with, first of all, it's a huge request from my side to all the viewers to please go through the subscribe button and please like, share and subscribe to our channel so that many and maximum people can get the information at once, and even though you can also enjoy the video as well. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and give a suggestion on the comment box. Thank you.